very quiet.
And then we had a
like
long
this.
discussion. Should
Very
we
quiet
like applaud or not applaud? And I said I'm not like have them applaud. It's like applauding
No.
ourselves. No,
Yeah, exactly.
It's also like kind of such a great way to kind of end the movie. Where like you're in a theater, and I cannot decide at relatively late to like use end credits. We had them at the beginning in the front, and I always have the feeling when you have credits on historical movies, you just don't get sucked in. And here, this was such a beautiful way to end the movie, and just have the people leaving the theater.
And it also reminds you yet again, this is a movie.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not a documentary.
Exactly.
It's a piece of theater, and I think that was what was so great about that idea of yours.
It was like an invention.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted to make that clear.
Yeah.
This is like kind of all the people, talented people, which like kind of worked on this movie. This was like kind of, I think it's, I always like say this was, without kind of putting down all the other actors I had in my movies, because that would be unfair, but I think this was the most well-rounded cast I ever had. Because even to the smallest parts, this was like, and it's like sometimes luck, I mean, you have to also get a little bit lucky.
Yeah.
In these things.
Well, yeah, we didn't even talk about, we almost made this movie 5 years ago. And if we had, it would have been a totally different movie, and you wouldn't have had this amazing cast.
Exactly.
The stars aligned to get 2010. That spring, those people were available.
Exactly. No, so at that time, the movie would have been more conventional.
5 years ago, you mean?
Because at that time, there was no, the visual effects were not on the same level yet. And at that time, we like kind of wanted to kind of create a big model of London of the 16th century.
Right, you were telling me at the time, I remember you said it was going to be like the size of a football field.
Exactly,
or something.
and it would have been super expensive. And
right.
And we went, with like we got like a green light with 40 million. And after like 2, 3, 4 months of preparation, we were already like clear that this will be not 40, it will be 50. And we had like just not any actor, which I like.
Right.
And naturally at that time also was, there were like kind of also American actors, and there was, and here I think it was a little bit the thing that, everybody was a little bit weirded out. I wanted to make this movie because my other movies are so different. And in a way, it was good that we didn't do it then, because I had then, in the meantime, like shot 2012, and in 2012 I also like used a lot of green screen, and also I shot it with a digital camera. So I was amazed how easy and amazing like kind of composite shot could look. So I was much more, let's say, gutsy and going, and said, no, we don't build this. Right. We do this all on the computer. And that pretty much was, I think, the first movie, where I think visual effects made a movie cheaper. And at the same time, enormously bigger.
Yeah.
Because whenever you do that, yes, you can all of a sudden show things which you would have probably in a conventional way never would be able to show.
Exactly. And it gives the film, as I said to you before, it makes London an active character in the movie.
Also, it like enabled us to kind of shoot with the new Arriflex camera. That was not even there yet. And that, I think that's why this movie looks so different and beautiful.
Yeah.
Because it was shot just on an other camera, and Anna knew that like she's the first one shooting with this camera, so she extra took care, that she shows off this camera really well.
Pushed its boundaries, yeah.
And I always like kind of was joking about I was said like kind of for the ghost of Stanley Kubrick roams here at night and tries to tries out the camera because he was always like kind of the first one who wanted to do that in Barry Lyndon. He was
right,
the first one
only with candlelight.
He was the first one who ever. But like when you look at his scenes, they're very very red, and there's pretty much no other color than red in it, and that's just.
By the technical limitations of the time.
Exactly. So.
It looks like our movie's over, Roland.
Yes, and it was shot in Babelsberg, which was also for me a real nice thing because I shot after 20 years a movie in Germany again.
And it was great. The crew was great,
and I want to thank them all here.
So amazing.
When they happened to check out this DVD.
They were amazing.
You guys were amazing. I really thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Every single guy and girl. It was amazing. They all worked so hard for this movie. So.
Okay, now we have to say goodbye.
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 Goodbye.